uh, get yourself a snack, because I'm gonna be eating in front of you, and it's rude to do that, but, like, get a snack so it's not. Hello, Hola, Привет, Salam. My name, by the way, I really like these flat pretzel things. My name's Aiden. I like to learn languages. I study English is my native language. I study Russian, Persian. I do Spanish at school. Today I thought I'd show you. I'm just gonna show you my materials for my language stuff. So this could be like a how-to if that's how you fancy. But so the way I study is when I started Russian August of last year. This year's 2019. And just because I have them here right now, I use different colored pens because I started off just using like black pen, and I was like, okay, this works. And then I got to a point where that pen died, so then I had a red pen. And then when I went to review my notes again, and I was going through reading them, and I was like, this looks like a jumble of stuff. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to read this. This isn't fun. So then later on down the road, I was like, you know what? I should get different colored pens. So here we go. I'm on my 5th Russian notebook. As you can see, I like to make little tabs for each section of notes I take. Like here's одежда, which is clothes. And then what are some other interesting ones I have? I finally, наконец, yesterday I took notes on imperfective and perfective verbs in Russian, which is a very like important grammatical, like, you know. Here's my tab, and then I make it all nice and pretty because I'm artistic. But like up here I title it like in this case it would be perfective and imperfective verbs. I have, yeah, just to make it all look like interesting and make it pop to me and make it like not boring to go over again. And like if I really need to, I could jump around and be like, oh, this is like the important part, like that I actually should be reading, instead of like, where is this, when it's all one color. But let me show you. I'll show you some of my others. I don't have my first one right now because a very great friend of mine is making a quiz for me. Thanks, Amelia. Okay. Oh, here would be an interesting one. This is my 2nd Russian notebook, and as you can see here, I just flip to a random page. Like this all just looks like oh, I had a lot of mistakes, jeez. But this just all to me looks like a bunch of crap. Like, I'm just like, this is actually a bad example of a page. But like, oh, and then here's, gosh, I ran out of pages and I went back to take more notes, and I was like, well, oops. So that sure looks interesting to read. Not. The nice thing about learning a language is you do take a lot of notes. Which, well, you don't have to, I guess, but I do. Um, but oh, by the way, I have this thick. I think it's 2 inches. I don't know, but uh, um, language learning is really fun. Everybody has a different way of doing it. And I do understand, like, if you do want to learn a language, I will say one of the hardest steps, I think, for it is to take the initiative to actually start it. Russian wasn't too bad because I just had a drive to learn another language because I really liked learning Spanish in school. So I was like, I want to learn another language. And that's, and literally, I didn't really research any languages, and Russian just came to mind for some reason. I was like, well, maybe I should just go with that. So I went with Russian. Still doing it. Obviously like it, I guess. But like, language learning doesn't just teach you like how to learn a language. Like, it also helps teach you like discipline, teaches you how to take notes, which I'm sure that's everybody's favorite thing to do. I don't know. And I will give one tip. I do have 2 really good friends of mine that do help me with Russian and Persian. I'm just gonna give them a quick shout out right now. Thanks Yurkie for helping me with Russian. I hope to see you in Kazakhstan one day. And thanks Fatime. Thanks for helping me with Persian. I hope to meet you one day too. Love you both. Oh, so I did say before, I believe, everybody does have their own studying method. Like, whether that be like cranking out a whole bunch of vocabulary and writing it down and studying it with like flashcards, or yada yada yada, or like you're like reading a lot in the language, watching TV shows and movies in language. I will say, I think having a friend that speaks the language is really nice because it helps like, if you're self-teaching yourself, it helps a lot to have a friend that's speaking it, because then you could be like, hey, like, I don't know how to do this, can you help me with it? And they can help you. It's also nice because then you do get a really good friendship out of it, like my 2 friends. The way I just happen to do language learning is like, I just let me think. So like, let me start. So basically, the way I study is I'd find the vocab list, I'd write down the vocab in the notebook, and then I usually go and write them down on note cards. I don't I haven't used note cards in a while. But I just kind of write them down anyway, because who knows, I might actually like use them sometime. But like last year in school, I used them a lot because there was just a lot of like time where I'd be sitting around waiting, and I'm like, I could fill this time up with like these like 5 minutes of like just sitting here doing something. And it was worth it. It was really worth it. Some people aren't flashcard people though. Just like find ways to incorporate it. Like, I do this with Russian a lot, is sometimes with numbers, when I think about like in math class, if I think about some, like if we're talking about numbers, sometimes I'll be like, like, oh, two, that's dva. Um, but anyway, I'm getting off topic again. So basically, I wrote the vocab list. I put them on note cards. I study them. Well, that I mean I know them, but and I do practice them. Like, oh, I haven't shown you Persian yet. Okay, so my Persian binder is a bit small. My Persian binder is a bit smaller. I already finished one notebook. Oh, and the way, you don't have to use a binder. I'm just extra. But the way I put my stuff in here is like I put like I'll have my notebooks in it, and then I'll keep like all the scratch paper I use for like what I use to practice, and then with Persian, I usually practice writing the word a couple times before I actually write it in my notebook, because I'm a perfectionist also, which isn't whatever. But and then I keep all the notes I've used as like a keepsake to know like what I did when, kind of just like to like making myself a little notebook. Like at the beginning I have reading words in Persian. It's just like stuff I pulled sources from, like actual packets, and and then I keep scratch paper in the back, and then usually in the pockets on the side of the binder I put things I would like to get to. Do I always get to them? No. But yeah, and then actually I was just practicing in Persian. I only knew how to like 0 to 10, and I've been practicing. For some reason, Persian numbers are hard. I mean, they're not hard, they're just challenging. It's just, it takes a lot of practice. But it's more like the tens. But as you can see, like this is some practice I did with the Persian numbers. I don't know if this will end up being backwards, but with me looking at it, it's backwards. But like I put like the numerals for us in Persian, and I think it's the same with some Arabic. Yeah, they have they use different numbers. I mean, or like different symbols for the numbers. And then this is me practicing writing them out. And then for later, I actually put like right numbers 11 through 20, and then the tens, because I just need to practice that more. And then Fatime actually was teaching me how to tell time. So I was practicing that again, and I'm getting a bit better at that. Not gonna like, kind of proud of myself. But I asked a couple of my friends last night I did this with the numbers too. I asked a couple of my friends last night, can you give me 2 numbers and 2 times? The 2 times part was kind of confusing, which was my bad, but they gave me, and then that's what I used to practice. And yeah, but I did a bit. So like I wrote wow, I can't talk. I wrote the time. Now I wrote it in Persian. And if you have a desire to learn like a language that has like a different alphabet, or like if they write left to right, like still go for it. Like it's not impossible. Like I don't know, and it always feels so good when there's something you've been wanting to understand and you finally understand it. Like I don't know, with my journey for Persian was at first I wanted to learn Arabic because I was like, oh, I want to understand the squiggles. And then when I watched the video comparing that with Persian, And I was like, Persian seems so much easier. I was like, I'm just gonna learn Persian because I'm interested in Iran's history and like all, and just basically all of Iran anyway. Crunchy. Whoa. So, I have some different apps too. I say I like Duolingo for the vocab because it teaches you a lot of vocab and it immerses you in it. For teaching you certain things, I think it depends on what language. Persian's not on there. Russian, it sort of teaches you. They can give examples of it, of like the grammatical stuff, but yeah. Then I use Mondly, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mondly. I use Drops, which is I actually really like Drops. That sounds weird. But I don't know. If you're wanting to learn a language, go with it. I just recommend having I just recommend at least having paper or notebook, pen or pencil, doesn't matter what your preference. And then at least start with the alphabet and then learn some of like the please, hello, that kind of stuff. And then honestly, just go wherever you want with it. Because I mean, some stuff might seem like useless, but honestly, it helps. Holy crap, 30 minutes? Wow. I will see you guys. Please like, subscribe. This is so weird and cringy. Please share my videos with people you know. Please like my video, even though I don't think that really matters, and subscribe if you want. Actually, please subscribe. I need it. But like, to emphasize again, please share my videos with people you know, and bye, adios, do svidania, Hola, hafez.